What a week it's been for Webull. After an explosive rally that saw the stock soar more than 35% in just a few days, the stock took a breather today, dipping roughly 13.5% to close around $14.62. But before anyone hits the panic button, let's put this all into context, because if you zoom out just a little, the bigger picture remains very bullish. First off, let's talk price action. After opening the week just above $12, Webull rocketed to a high near $17.10 by Friday before retracing back down today. That kind of price movement isn't unusual after such a massive move in such a short time. Stocks, especially those with growing momentum and investor attention, don't go straight up. They push, they pull back, and they consolidate before the next leg higher. And today's action looks like classic profit-taking, not panic selling. Now, let's not forget what sparked this surge in the first place. Webull announced it's relaunching US crypto trading through its new unit, Webull Pay LLC. That's a big deal. Not just because of the feature itself, but because it signals Webull's commitment to being a major player in the all-in-one investing space, stocks, ETFs, options, and now crypto, all under one roof again. This announcement came during what many have dubbed Crypto Week in Washington, where key legislation is being reviewed that could finally bring some clarity and legitimacy to the crypto industry in the US. So you've got a rising tide of sentiment, plus a company like Webull stepping back in at the perfect time. No wonder the stock caught fire. But today, we saw that fire cool off, temporarily. And that's to be expected. After such a sharp rally, a cool down is actually healthy. Think of it like this: if you're running a marathon, you don't sprint the whole time. You pace yourself, catch your breath, and then you push again. Now some folks might be wondering, was there any news today that triggered this dip? The answer, not really. There wasn't any bad news, no negative earnings report, no failed partnership. This is the market doing what it does, shaking out short-term traders, testing conviction, and resetting before the next big move. And here's what makes this even more interesting. This wasn't a short squeeze. Webull doesn't have high short interest. In fact, it's relatively low, sitting around 2.7% of the float. That means the rally last week was driven by real buyers, long investors who believe in the company and its growth trajectory. That makes the move even more meaningful. From a technical standpoint, the stock hit resistance just above $17, which is right where you'd expect sellers to show up after a 35% surge. Now, it's pulling back toward the $14 to $14.50 support zone. If buyers step in here, and especially if we see strong volume returning, that could signal the next leg of the move. And there's still plenty of fuel in the tank. Let's not overlook Webull's fundamentals. This isn't a speculative penny stock with no revenue. Webull recently posted 32% year-over-year revenue growth, flipped to a profit with $12.9 million in net income, and manages over $12.6 billion in client assets. That's alongside a user base of more than 24 million accounts. Those are serious numbers. And with a $1 billion standby equity facility in place, Webull now has the capital to expand even further, possibly into new markets or product areas. Sure, equity facilities sometimes raise concerns about dilution, but in this case, it's more like a growth war chest. The company doesn't have to use it all at once, and when deployed strategically, it can fuel acquisitions, tech upgrades, and user growth. So what should we be watching going forward? First, keep an eye on whether the $14.50 zone holds a support. If the stock can find its footing here, that sets up a base for the next run. Any move back above $15 with volume would be a bullish signal. Second, listen for further updates on the crypto relaunch. The company said US crypto trading will resume sometime this quarter. So far, we've seen early excitement, but the real fuel will come when the rollout begins, users get access, and revenue from crypto starts flowing again. Third, watch the broader fintech and crypto landscape. Webull's momentum is partially tied to sentiment in these sectors. If Coinbase, Robinhood, or other platforms start seeing bullish action again, it'll only strengthen Webull's position. And finally, watch for analyst upgrades or institutional interest. After this breakout and pullback, the stock is firmly on the radar now. If coverage initiates or upgrades come through, that could bring in a new wave of buyers. At the end of the day, today's dip doesn't change the bullish thesis. It's a reminder that even strong stocks need time to breathe. Long-term investors are likely using this moment as an opportunity to either enter or add to their position. Because if the crypto relaunch delivers and Webull continues to scale, This could easily be a $20, $30, or even $50 stock in the not-so-distant future. So, to sum it all up, Webull just ran a sprint. And now it's walking a few steps. But that doesn't mean the race is over. In fact, the starting gun may have only just gone off. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Where do you think Webull heads next? Is this just a dip before the rocket launches again? I'd love to hear your take. Until next time, stay smart, stay curious, and stay bullish.